All right. Well, today's Monday, and I'm going to kind of just rush through this real quick, get it wrapped up. Hope you're having a good day. Hope you have a good week this week. Hope the weekend went great too. What I want to talk about a little bit. I did look at Lisa's channel last night. She was up and running, and there goes my chair again, like it always does. And I got pretty tired last night, a little after 10. I don't know, maybe 10:30, whatever it was. And so I had to go to bed. But I came back in and watched this morning. So, Lisa, I did see everything that was on there last night. Whoops, boy. Doggone leg. Oh, that was a Charlie horse, I think. Oh, man, that hurt. I think it was when the chair went backwards, I stretched out real quick. And it doesn't work well if you don't exercise a little bit before you do these chair exercises. Let's get past that. Anyway, get back to that watching channel last night and looking at the video this morning. It looked like it got more lively after I went to bed than when I was on there. But when I was on there, I got to see a little piece of paper. And I had seen it before, and it had to do with a doctor that wrote it out, attesting to the fact that Michelle had taken care of Harley with that metabolic disease and done it very well according to medical standards. And this morning, lo and behold, on my channel from the other day, somebody's on there saying, "Oh yeah, they had paperwork and it was a fake." And what? They showed it to you on here, and it's a fake. I guess they're used to following channels that put a lot of fake things, documents and things up there. It's the only thing I can believe, because why would they go on somebody else's channel and accuse them of putting something fake up there? But then, hey, listen, that's in the eyes of the beholder. If they can't believe in something like that, they probably don't believe in much of anything, do they? Oh, well, you got to think about it from the people that say it. You know, you can't... There's nothing you can do for the lack of, not everybody is hitting on all eight, are they? So, in that fact, they come on there and they make remarks. It just don't make sense. And it's the second time I've seen that same piece of paper. But I want to tell you that piece of paper was backed up with a telephone call and an actual call and permission to put it on the channel. Between the doctor and Lisa. So it's been the real deal. So you got to hear it right from the horse's mouth or the doctor's mouth, and you got to see the paperwork behind it. Now, obviously the doctor's name isn't going to show up on there, because to dox her would get through too many phone calls, and the way the people have been reacting on here, you just don't want that ugly group. And I'm talking about not talking in the way they look, but in the way they act. Inundating your phone with calls and ringing it off the hook, because that's exactly what would happen. And a matter of fact, I mean, I watched a channel that said people needed to call and talk to CPS, and that was, these people live on the, John and Michelle and Harley, they live on the East Coast, or actually, it's the East Coast of the United States and the West Coast of Florida. And I seen a person on their channel recommend that somebody go ahead and call CPS up, and actually did it himself while he was on the air, or at least he said he was doing it while he was on the air. He made the call. Foolish people do foolish things is all I can say, and that's pretty foolish. As a matter of fact, there's been 27 times at least that's happened where somebody has called in, and 27 times they have walked away from there without a citation. So, and by the same token, this little girl has had to strip so that they could take pictures to show that she didn't have bruises anywhere on her. CPS had to have that done. That's despicable. They have to record that this little girl, and I'm talking about every square inch of this girl, has had her pictures taken at a young age. And what must that girl think of? Because her parents have told her to be careful about strangers that touch her in inappropriate ways, and told her what to look out for. And along comes CPS and does that to her because somebody called. No proof at all. They just call. And so the proof had to be generated. In other words, an accusation was made. Instead of the person accused should have had some kind of proof. And instead, the proof had to be provided through CPS. Don't make sense to me. That's backwards from what the scales say of the laws of the land in the United States. But then, hey, who's in charge? I'm beginning to wonder now. Parents don't have a whole lot of rights, apparently, or at least people from the outside can parent your kids better than you can. You ever believe that? Now, am I talking a little too fast? Well, I'm trying to get this done as quickly as I can because I want to get back off from here, and I was accused of not being able to talk very fast. Now, if you believe that, that's really something too. Just because I'm a little older than other people don't mean I can't talk fast or think a little quicker than you can. Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe you could talk so fast I wouldn't understand you. Do you do that? I can do a lot of things. You'd be surprised. Yeah. I've done all kinds of things in my lifetime. I've played a lot of different instruments like a violin, a piano. I actually played guitar for a while. And ukulele. I can play about any wind instrument. Cornet, I played from the time I was in 5th grade up through high school. And yep, I was in a band in the high school or in school band. And I can read music, or could. And I used to like the piano because that was one of the first things I could bang something out on, and I did that because I could hear the music and do it, play it. But in 5th grade, I learned how to read music, and that made a whole big difference in the world because I could pick up any piece of paper that had a few notes on it, and in a very short period of time, I could play it out for you. So there. Now, was that fast enough that you could understand what I was saying without talking like an old man? Well, I'm glad it was. Now, let's do it a little slower. Now, we've learned already since I've been on here in just a few minutes about Michelle's run-ins with the CPS that were not caused by her but caused by others. They made a call. The CPS comes in and just gets right into this family's business. And I mean into their business, and strips them down to nothing, makes them take a drug test. Woo-hoo. Can you imagine peeing in a little pot? Oh, wait a minute. No, they pee in a jar. Well, they were accused of peeing in a pot. As a matter of fact, they were used doing something else in a bucket. You remember that? Everybody out there was talking about buckets. Hey, when I was a kid, we called them chamber pots, and we all did the same thing because we didn't have indoor plumbing. We had an outhouse out there. Took the stink outside and left it there. We didn't have a fan to turn on. Like in the house, you have a fan that takes the stink out of the house, right? Puts it out into the eave. And if you're out there on the patio, here comes this stink out there rolling across the patio. That's the modern way of doing it today. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we can slow it down a little bit so you'll understand me, because I know I'm talking way too fast for most of you people out there that blame me not being able to listen around, sit and listen. I can even say the same thing twice in one sentence. Can you? And I can laugh while I'm doing it. How many of you can do that? And I can do it without an accent, too. You see, the only one who's got an accent is you, because I always talk this way. See, that's a matter of opinion, right? Well, now that I've got an opinion and I'm expressing it out here, and your right is, you can listen or leave. And listen, if you want to get up and leave, I'll never know that you went. And that's the beauty of this thing. You see, I can't see you. You can see me, and that's fine. If I was on here and didn't want you to see me, I'd just close this thing down right up here. And you wouldn't see a thing. Not a thing. Oh, man. What a life we lead. Okay. Well, the thing of it is, I follow a channel called Lisa's. Actually, it's 2 Lees in a pod. And most of the time, I've been there watching them. It's been Lisa and Tori. And I think both of them are great people. And Kendra's in there now, too, and we've been able to see her, and that channel is named the two Lees because of Kendra Lee and Lisa Lee. In case you don't know, and there's a lot of people out there that don't know. Now, I've known it from the first because it was explained right up front when I started looking at it. Now, when somebody told me to go over there and look at that channel, they said, hey, listen, look at that channel. I said, okay, let me see what's going on. And they said, well, you're going to like what you see because what they talk about, they show you the documentation behind it, and they bring witnesses. Real witnesses. The people they're talking about are there to say, yeah, amen. Yeah. Yeah, you got to growl a little bit with that. Well, anyway, Robbie comes in there every once in a while, and he's an alligator chaser. He wrestles them as a full-time and part-time. In other words, he's busy 24/7 just doing the alligator things. And he's got some crocodiles out there and some lemurs running around. Have you ever seen those lemurs? Well, Lisa's got one on her channel, and that lemur comes on there and talks and tells you all kinds of stuff on there. Wait till you hear that. You think they can't talk? This one can't. Now I'm laughing a little bit because I enjoy it, and sometimes it's comedic. You never know how much comedic's going to be on there. It could be better than Bob Hope and Red Skelton put together. Now, a lot of you won't know who that is because you're not old enough, but just take my word for it, it's there. You got to go back in time to come up to this today and enjoy the things that happened yesterday. Ooh, I got to take a breath here. I'm just running out of breath. You know, sometimes when they tell you you've got COPD and you can't talk very fast because the breath won't allow it to you, but you learn a little bit about it, and you don't talk as loud. You just talk fast, and you get it out of your one breath, and then you take a quick breath like that, and you just go right on to talking. And that's me. I can do that. I don't always like to talk that fast because there's a lot of people can't keep up with me. They just don't have the mental capacity to do that. Well, that's too bad if you can't, but you can slow it down because there's a little button down there that'll let you do that. Now, of course, my voice may seem a little bit high-pitched, maybe not. Maybe it's a little low, and if you turn it down, it'll be a lot lower, and it'll sound like old Mr. Ford singing 16 tons and what I get. Or maybe a little Johnny Cash, the man in black. What else can we talk about? Can we talk a little bit about Lisa Lee? Well, what the heck was going on last night, Lisa? Oh, yeah, that's right. You were bringing the proof back here to the station, weren't you? You know, there's a lot of people out there who didn't believe in Lisa Lee, but I did. As soon as I seen her bring up documentation and all the signatures on there and names and everything lined up with this, exactly what she said. Now, this other guy, he brings things up too. Let me show you how he does that. He brings things up like this, and he says, oh, you see that? And he brings it right back down, and he said, you got it. That's what happened to me. That was a true statement in there. But he doesn't show anything before or after. He just shows you what he wants you to see. And listen, if that's all you want to look at, hey, that's fine with me. I don't care. But don't come on here and tell me that I'm wrong. I looked at the whole statement, not just a piece of the statement that somebody else showed me. I went on there and I learned a little bit better on Lisa Lee. And Tori as well. Tori's a tiger. Go on there and listen to her growl. Oh, yeah, all you guys, you haters out there, and you girls that just think you know it all. Listen, let me tell you, slow down a little bit. Talk a little bit normal. Come on into my station. Let me send you over there so you can see something that's going on. You'll love it. Now, listen, there's another station out there called Darwin Goodson. This guy, he's got plenty up here to show you. And he tells you how it really is, and he acts the act. Yeah. He does a good job on there. Now, he's going to walk a little slower than I am right now, but listen, you'll get it. If I'm talking too fast, you're going to love him because he'll slow it down so you can understand every single word, and he will explain it to you. Yeah, even you could catch on to that. Well, what else can we talk about today? Listen, I'm at 14 minutes, and I've talked at least a 45-minute conversation. Haven't I? You didn't think anybody this old could do that. Well, I'll just tell you what, the good Lord didn't give me these teeth just because I could talk, give me a reason to talk. I can eat too at the same time. My wife gets mad at me all the time for talking with my mouth full. By the way, these things here, you can take them out at night if you don't like them. And you can change them out for others too if you want to. Boy, this world is really full of things that you just never know what it's full of, do you? Well, let's see. What else can we talk about now? Well, this world is full of people that don't believe. Are you a believer or a non-believer? Well, me, I'm a believer. And I like to talk about all these little things out there. Now, I went on Lisa Lee's channel the other night, and I said, Lisa Lee, tell me everything that you got out there for me. And she come right back, and she started talking and giggling, and boy, I thought, hey, listen, I got a lot of learning to do today. I looked up, and it was nighttime, and I was going to learn at nighttime, too. You see, she starts talking, and she don't quit from midnight till she gets at 6 in the morning. Yeah. Then she's probably got to go to work, because I certainly would have if I was still working, but I'm retired, so I'm just sitting. Oh, yeah, I keep plenty of toothpicks so I can keep my eyelids open as well. Well, listen, none of all of you are going to have fun me talking about this because, well, trying to keep up with an old man is pretty hard to do. It's a good thing I don't run like I talk because I wouldn't ever have to have a car. And if I don't have a car, I can't support this economy out there because if you don't have a car, you're not buying gas. If you're not buying gas, oil companies go broke. If they go broke, a country goes broke. So I've heard. But then, if we have clear sky, we got clear skies today. I wonder what happened. All that pollution isn't showing up. Did everybody turn the stoves off overnight? Heck, when I was a kid, we used to get up in the morning, and if it snowed, there would be this black soot over the top of it from people burning coal in their coal burners, their potbelly stoves and things like that. We had a potbelly stove, and we used it every night. Yeah, we had a creek down there we got our fish out of. We got woods out there we get our squirrels out of. And there was pastures out there where we chased the rabbits all over the place. Yeah, we had a little bit of everything. Our cup runs over. Our table was a big table. We filled it up every night. We sat down around there and we'd eat until everything was out of sight. Woo! It's a good thing I'm not a rapper because I can't talk that fast. And I make too much sense, but only for me. Boy, I'll tell you what, you talk fast like that and the earphones fall right off your head. The vibration is enough it's like a drum in your head. Well, if you had enough of me, let's lower it way down and let's talk just like a person would if they had anything going up in there. Okay, I'll bet you're tired and you're glad I come down to talk a little bit slower. And sometimes it's hard to make sense when you're talking slow because your mind is going faster than your mouth. But other people have disease where their mouth runs away with them. And they're talking faster than they thought about it. The older you get, the slower you talk, but your mental capacity is such that you may actually make sentence at the end of the sentence. Isn't that nice? Now, through that whole thing, I was trying to get you to understand that if you go over to 2 leaves in a pond, you're going to enjoy yourself. And they won't overexcite your brain like I just tried to do. They're actually going to be very, very good to you. They'll edit things that shouldn't be in there, and it'll make good sense to you. And you're going to see paperwork that they're actually going to vet everything they said. With me, you might have to slow me down to even think about what I said. I don't know. But I just wanted you to understand, if you really wanted me to talk fast, I could really do that if you really want me to. But I don't think you'd enjoy it. It drives you up the wall when people go too fast because it makes you have to think about it and understand what they're saying. There's a lot of people that come here and they ask questions because they don't understand what the truth is. And most of the time when I'm on here, I do everything I can to make sure that you're getting the real deal. I don't charge you a nickel for it. It's all free. You come. And actually, you can come here at your own free will or leave. I don't ask you to stay. I just ask you to be, well, not so shitty. Just be nice. Be like a good neighbor. So I hope you enjoyed this little bit of time on here. The paperwork that Lisa had on there last night over the doctor that made a statement, and somebody had the audacity to come on here and say it was fake. They don't know. But somebody told them it was fake. They didn't come up with that on their own. I wonder who that could be that said that. Could be Foxy Lady. Could be Jeremy. Ooh, I wonder if it was the Vague Nation. We don't know because, see, they all say the same thing. It's almost as if they have this brain that's interconnected. Or you could have a guy that goes, oh, did you hear what I heard? Oh, did you know that? Oh, my goodness. That was not professional at all. And you'll hear another one, yeah, I knew it was wrong. Who was that did all that? Now, I talked fast enough that you didn't understand probably a word that was out there. But let me tell you, go over there to Lisa Lee's and watch her channel at Two Lees in a Pod, and what I tried to talk about was a little bit about what they had. And also I wanted to make sure people out there understood that I can talk a lot faster than what you think I can. And if you slowed it down, it might make sense, but then again, it may not. You see, you got to have a little bit of intellectual gray matter up here. Otherwise, it may not make any sense at all. And that would be too bad. You see, you can make fun of things, and people don't know it always. Sometimes you can be serious, and they think you're kidding. And it would be up to you to decide which way you think or what you want to do. Like I say, people come and go, and in here is free will. Don't cost you a damn dime. You can do it, not what you want. As long as you're nice, you're welcome to come in and have a few comments here and there. So there you stay. And that's all for today. We had a little fun on here. I hope you enjoyed yourself. And I hope I didn't run you off because I talked too fast for you or I talked too slow. You know, there's some people really, really slow it down. They talk way down here. Man, when you hit the bottom, you know how that is. And if you try to sing down here, people love that when you get down there like Johnny Cash. Yeah. All right, we can't all be Elvis. No, I'm certainly not. So that's all for today. You have a good day out there. I had a little fun today, and that was it. Bye-bye. Ta-ta.